Now then, the transfer window is, of course, just around the corner. We move into December tomorrow, and the window is only 1 month away. And Newcastle United are expected to be very, very busy in that window. One player that has been linked this morning from media sources in Belgium is Romelu Lukaku. Could he be the answer to Newcastle's strike problems? We've also got news of Eddie Howe and Anthony Gordon, who are both up for awards for Player and Manager of the Month. We also have speculation that Newcastle United are interested in Le Havre centre-back, who is also captain of the club, and Hatem Ben Arfa has a new career. Let's take a look. Hi everybody, my name is Paul. Welcome back to the Toon Review YouTube channel. This is the daily news. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get cracking, if you do enjoy today's show, as usual, please give it the thumbs up, guys. Very important that we keep the likes coming in on the channel. And of course, if you're new and you like what you see, come and be part of this amazing community that we have here by hitting the subscribe button. It is free to do so, but don't forget to hit the notification bell, which will also let you know when we schedule our live shows or we upload any future videos such as this one. Right, let's dive immediately in. And as you can see on the headline there, Newcastle to turn to Lukaku is the question. Now, these reports have come from Belgium, but apparently the media reports, it's more than one, and they are all very close to Lukaku's representatives. It's a very interesting story, this, because we were just talking on previous shows about Newcastle needing a bit more bulk up front, needing somebody who would, you know, rough up defenders and get stuck in. And could Lukaku be that tough guy that we need? Has he proven enough that he could be, you know, good enough to lead the line for Newcastle United? Would he work under Eddie Howe's tactics? Is that the sort of player that we need? A few people have said yes. A few people have said no. They don't know whether Lukaku is suited to the Premier League or whether he's more suited to playing in a league like Italy, where he's, of course, on loan at Roma this season. Sorry, till January. But, of course, Chelsea don't want him anymore. And the price that's been banded around is 33 million quid. Now, 33 million quid for Lukaku, yeah, maybe it's a few years ago. I don't think now he's worth 33 million pounds. And I think Chelsea are looking a little bit too much money for him. He's 30 years old now. I'm not sure, if I won't be honest. You know, is he good enough? Is he good enough to lead the line for Newcastle United in the Premier League? Is he that type of rambunctious forward that we need, who is going to rough up defenders? You know, Callum Wilson is that type of striker, but he can't stay fit at the minute. So is a temporary fix maybe bringing in Lukaku? Now, the reports are talking about a transfer, not a loan here. So, as I say, Chelsea are looking for 33 million quid, which I think is way out of any sort of budget for a player like Lukaku, given he's 30 as well. And he hasn't exactly set the world alight in the Premier League in recent seasons. You know, there's a reason why Chelsea did get rid of him or keep loaning him out. He hasn't fit in there at all. He didn't exactly set the world on fire at Manchester United either. But on the flip side of that, he's Premier League experienced. He can come in straight away. He can do a job. But is that job that he can do good enough for what we're looking for with Eddie Howe's pressing tactics, etc.? Is Romelu Lukaku one of those type of players? Now, a couple of years ago, if Lukaku was linked with Newcastle, I'd be buzzing. I'd be absolutely buzzing. But I'm not so sure about this one. Now, given that the reports have come from Belgium, of course, you know, he's a Belgium international, and these sources claim to be close to Lukaku's representatives. I don't see this deal happening, if I'm openly honest. I can't see it. I can't. I just can't. He's got 6 goals this season in 11 appearances. He's got 1 assist as well. So he is, you know, scoring goals. But, you know, like I say, is Serie A more suited to somebody like Lukaku? Or could he come in and do a job in the Premier League? You know, we were talking on the review show last night about players like Mitrovic who get stuck in there and rough up the defenders. We haven't got anyone like that at the minute. We have in Callum Wilson, but not fit. So is he the answer? Would you go for Lukaku? I'm not sure. I'm a bit torn with this one. Like I say, a couple of years ago, maybe, but this time around, 30-year-old, you know, 33 million puts me off for a start, so it'll probably put Newcastle owners off for that kind of money. But let me know what you think in the comments. Is Lukaku somebody that would excite you? Should we go for him in January, or, you know, should we stay well clear and go for somebody else? Let me know in the comments below. I'm fascinated to find out what you guys think. Now, another Newcastle link this morning, and quite a few links to him actually, is Le Havre centre-back Aruna Sangante. Now, Sangante at the moment is only 21 years old, but he actually captains Le Havre. So that says to me that this guy has a very, very good mature head on his shoulders and is doing very well. He's linked with a few European clubs, including Borussia Dortmund. Over here, Wolves and Fulham are interested in him as well. But I think, given how Newcastle United are going to work in the transfer window, is a centre-back high on the agenda at the minute? I'm not sure. Because obviously, we've got Dummett who can play there. We've got Emil Kraft who can play there in certain games. Obviously, Botman will come back eventually. So I'm not sure whether centre-back is the main position of concern for the January window. Now, he is possibly looking to move in January. I would probably look at this for Newcastle and say, well, it would probably be a very good summer move. Leave Sangante where he is. Now, whether, we buy him and we loan him back to Le Havre for the rest of the season, that may be an option. But given that the squad is threadbare at the moment, we don't know how the injury situation is going to be come moving into January. So Newcastle may well pursue the guy. But look, he's a very, very good player. He's 6'2". So he's a tall centre-back. He's very strong. And he has been quoted as maybe wanting to move in January. But like I say, for me, this could well be a summer window transfer where we can bring him in, give him a good pre-season. Now, he is only 21. He's a kid. We know what happened last time we tried to go for a kid in France. It was, of course, Ekitike, and that didn't turn out so well for us because he wasn't keen on moving abroad, etc. But apparently, Sangante is open to a move abroad, and especially the Premier League really calls out to him. So that might not be a bad move for Newcastle United. But, I'm very wary about going for French kids at the minute, given how Ekitike transfer went last January, of course. We spent almost the whole of the month trying to get him in, only to be peed off at the end of it. But Ekitike has been pictured with his agent at the Paris Saint-Germain game on Tuesday, of course. Everybody's trying to put two and two together and say, well, he's obviously talking to Newcastle. He plays for PSG, so he's going to be at the game. But Sangante could be an option to bring in, but we're not sure whether it's going to be January or the summer window. Eddie Howe has once again been nominated for Manager of the Month, and rightly so. We had a really good month, apart from obviously the Bournemouth game, which kind of fizzled a little bit with our fatigue, etc. But if you look at the results during last month or the month of November, they've been absolutely fantastic. We've played some brilliant football as well. Let's not forget that. It's not just the results, guys. It's the football that Eddie Howe is playing, getting the team to play. We see this fantastic one-touch football, the movement, the press, the counter-attack, everything is there at the moment. But what Eddie Howe also has done in this team is he's brought belief back to these players. These players believe that they can beat anybody now. And we as fans think, wow, get a home game against anybody and we'll destroy them. And I think that's the mentality that Eddie Howe has in that dressing room at the moment with the players. The players believe, especially at St James's Park, that we can go out and win every game of football that we play. And certainly this one coming up at the weekend against our old foes, Manchester United, should be an absolute cracker. And I'm expecting us to beat Manchester United, despite the team we might put out. I'm not impressed with Man United at all. But this is the thing. The managers that Eddie Howe is up against are Rob Edwards of Luton, who has slowly started to turn some results around for Luton Town. Areola at Bournemouth. Of course, Bournemouth have picked up some great results in November and, of course, beat us. And Erik ten Hag of Manchester United. Now, how is Ten Hag up for Manager of the Month? I know, you look at Man United's results and you think, maybe, but the fluked results, guys, let's be honest, they're not playing as well as Newcastle or anyone around them for that matter. They're not playing good football. So, these guys are just looking at results and, you scraped a win there, so he's got to go in for Manager of the Month. It's a load of tosh. And when you come to Player of the Month as well, you'll be surprised. But I don't get Erik ten Hag being there. I really don't. And I think that's just the Premier League sucking up to Manchester United again. I really do. It's ridiculous. Anthony Gordon has just been an absolute breath of fresh air this season, hasn't he? He's been absolutely superb for Newcastle. And that has been reflected in him being voted into Player of the Month. Or nominated, I should say, for Player of the Month. And rightly so. It's about bloody time. He's been sensational this season. Of course, last season, you know, he didn't hit the heights when he came in from Everton in January. He admitted at the end of the season that fitness was a problem. He didn't expect Newcastle United to be so fit. He struggled with that, but he started towards the back end of the season, of course, starting to play some good football. Scored in the final game, of course, at Chelsea. Went away with the England youth team in the summer and had a brilliant tournament. Now, he's come back to Newcastle this season and been simply sensational. The guy's work rate is second to none. The effort he puts in, the skill, the movement, the passing, the range, everything is there with Anthony Gordon. And he's looking like every bit of a £40 million player, if not more than what we actually paid for him. But when you look at the documentary that was on Amazon, you kind of look at the way they pursued Anthony Gordon, and Eddie Howe just wanted him, nobody else. That was the main goal for Newcastle United, and they got him. And you can see why Eddie Howe wanted him now, because he's just unbelievable. He is absolutely unbelievable, and a massive cog in the wheel for Newcastle United as the season and the future goes on. He's still young. He's got it all. He's going to be a very, very, very important player for us in a lot of years to come. Now, he is up against Jeremy Doku of Manchester City, who is a fabulous player. He's excellent. Kaminsky, Harry Maguire, Raheem Sterling, and Tavernier at Bournemouth. Now, Tavernier I was very impressed with when we played Bournemouth. He's one of those players that gets in your face. It's a little bit like Anthony Gordon was when he was at Everton. You know, in your face, winding you up, but also has the skill set there. But Harry Maguire, I mean, look, I know he's come back into the Manchester United side, and he's done okay, right? He's done okay. Let's be fair to Harry Maguire. But player of the month in the first few games that he's back, and the only reason he's back in that team is because of what's happening to Varane and obviously Martinez, etc. So he's not back in the Manchester United team on merit, is he? Let's be fair. But bloody hell, man. Ten Hag and Maguire in for the monthly awards. I'm staggered. I'm absolutely staggered by them. I just can't get my head around the Premier League sometimes. I can't. But Raheem Sterling, yes, he's had a good month for Chelsea, apart from when they played us. And I certainly haven't got anything against the other guys being there. But Harry Maguire, wow. Interesting, I suppose. And finally, our old friend, Mr. Hatem Ben Arfa, looks like he has found his destiny in his new career. Now, of course, his footballing career came to a little bit of a shunted stop last season. He left Lille under a cloud last year and hasn't signed with any other football club. Nobody in France has taken him on or hasn't offered him what he believes he might still be worth. Of course, he is getting on now. But what Hatem Ben Arfa hasn't done is sat sulking. He's gone and taken on a new sport, and that sport is paddle tennis. Now, at the moment, and this may seem a bit sort of out there, he is 1,342nd ranked in the world of paddle tennis. But after doing my research, I didn't realise that paddle tennis is absolutely huge across the world. Massive. Our old friend in Qatar, Mr. Roy Caviani, I know he plays a lot of paddle tennis. But the thing is, Hatem Ben Arfa, since leaving Lille last year, he's won 70 tournaments already. And, you know, people close to the sport have projected that Hatem Ben Arfa will rise rapidly through the world rankings because he is apparently a real talent at this sport. So, massive congratulations to Hatem Ben Arfa, you know, and credit to him for not just sitting around on his millions, soaking up the sun. He's gone and took something else on and give it a go. And congratulations to him, and best of luck for the future to Hatem Ben Arfa. But there you go. That is the daily news done and dusted, guys. If you have enjoyed the show, like I say, please do give it the thumbs up. Very important we keep those coming in. And of course, if you are new and you like what you see, come and be part of an incredible community here on the Toon Review. Both on the videos, the live shows, the live chat is incredible. We have some wonderful subscribers. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, which will also let you know when we schedule our live shows or we upload any videos such as this one. If you're watching this on the Thursday afternoon, don't forget tonight at 7 p.m. we have the Manchester United preview with me, Billy, and Stato. We'll take a look at possible team news, injuries, tactics, and possible lineups for the game, as well as, of course, our score predictions. So we've got all that at 7 p.m. tonight. But in the meantime, guys, have a great day. See you soon.